On one side of your screen, El Paso on Christmas Eve. The sidewalks are taken over by homeless people. On the other side, El Paso the day before President Biden's visit, completely cleaned up. Brandon Judd joins me. Brandon, what's your response to the president's visit to the border? Your take on the border visit?
Oh, I'm extremely upset. He got a sanitized version of what we're seeing. And it's not just he got a sanitized version because other people cleaned it up. This was the administration that forced El Paso to clean up everything so that all of the cameras that came in, all of the mainstream media that came in, they would see a very, very nice looking picture. Not only did they do that, but they also deployed double the number of Border Patrol agents down on the border so that, again, the mainstream media would go down there and they would see something that is not the reality. If he's going to come up with actual solutions, he has to see what the reality is on the border. He also didn't spend very much time on the border. He went to a port of entry. Stu, we've got three different organizations, three different components that are charged with the border security. That's OFO, that's the port of entries, the Border Patrol between the ports of entry, and AMO, Air and Marine. He did not visit with Air and Marine, and he spent a very little time with the Border Patrol, and that's where all the problem is. It's not at the ports of entry, it's between the ports of entry, yet he spent a very little time with those agents. It was very frustrating, it was very upsetting to see what he did.
DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says, oh, no, he's not going to resign despite likely investigations by House Republicans. Watch this, Brandon. Roll tape, please.
I've got a lot of work to do. I'm proud to do it alongside 250,000 incredibly dedicated and talented individuals in the Department of Homeland Security, and I'm going to continue to do my work.
So you have no intention of resigning?
I do not. I've got a lot of work to do, and we're going to do it.
OK, Brandon, he says he's not going to resign, but he is going to be investigated by Republicans in the House. How do you see this playing out?
Well, one thing that he said is absolutely true. He's got a lot of work to do. Whether he's going to actually do that work, that remains to be seen. I don't believe it. He's had 2 years to do an awful lot of work, and he's done absolutely nothing. Regardless of whether the House investigates him, he knows that they're going to be able to spin that. He knows that they're going to be able to spin it and say that it's all politically driven. He also knows that the Democrats control the Senate, so it really doesn't matter to him that the House is going to investigate him, especially with what we just saw with the House being considered in shambles. He does not care about House investigations. Now, I care about it because you're going to get the absolute truth. When the investigations come out, you're going to see the evidence. You're going to see the facts of an absolute open border. When he says the border is closed, that investigation is clearly going to show that he was lying, that it's completely open.
Brandon Judd knows a thing or two about the border. We appreciate that. We'll see you soon, Brandon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Stuart.